Okay, so here's where we are. I apologize. You know, I can definitely understand it being sometimes a pain in the ass when you have hundreds of other videos to watch, and I keep uploading the same thing that hasn't gotten very far at all. So, meanwhile, like I said, the backup lights are hooked up. They're both on. They're both connected. Everything is back together. Everything is crimped with watertight, shrink wrapped. They're ballastalled and they're spray adhesive, and they're all tied, and everything is fine. This wire is down here and through. The ground wire is up there and grounded, and the top piece, as you can see, is all back in place. So now to figure out what I'm going to do with running this wire. Now my plan is, this dog spring came in handy. It's actually an old bolt cushion. That cushion is probably 20 years old. That side got shot, so I just cut it off. But I've been using this to get under the van on, and it works great. Meanwhile, let's go over here, get inside. Now what my plan on is here is someday I gotta trim that carpet, but that's not anything that's pressing at this point. If I lift this up, you can see that this is screwed down. Now, my plan is to take those screws out and hopefully have enough room underneath here to put the wire in and then put the threshold back down. So that's what my plan is. Now if that's not going to work, I've got a problem, because the wire I'm using is going to be a little too heavy to just lay under this carpet. So if that doesn't work, I'm probably going to have to cut the wire somewhere around here and splice in a flat wire to make it work. So that's where we're at. So let's just lift this up for a minute, just for the hell of it. Now the screws don't look to be in real bad shape, but they don't look to be in the best shape either. So let's start with the ones that look the worst. Well, I guess now sometimes if you have a problem getting the screw out, you put a good bit in this case it would be a Phillips, and you give it a couple good wraps with the hammer, and that'll jar that free so you can get it out. Now all of them but that one seems to be working fine. Oh, sorry guys. Oh, here's another one. Doesn't want to work. Well, see, that one there shouldn't be stuck, because it's not a screw that's in a high traffic area where the door is always opening on it. But you never know. Now, let's see here. Do I have... Yes, I do. Hold on a minute. I think I got something here I can wrap on this with. I'm going to use a pair of pliers as a hammer. Now here's what I mean. You take a little bit and I stick it on that screw, make sure it's in where it's supposed to be, and it also helps. It also helps sometimes too. It's the same. Okay, I'm back. Took me a few minutes because I wanted to try to find a few things. I was looking for my what they call squirrel piss. Now when I heard about this, I forgot who it was. I think he's a guard, or he's a CO, corrections officer at some jail or something. He has an El Camino. Lives in the hot weather climate, but I can't remember what his name or his channel was. But many years ago, well, I can't say many, probably 4 years, 3 years. I wonder what happened to him. Anyway, he was doing something with a grill. He was a barbecue grill type grill, and he was using something that he called squirrel piss. And I started laughing, and I'm thinking, okay, what the hell is squirrel piss? I know he's not running around trying to find a squirrel and squeeze the piss out of it. So what is it that he's using? So I got back to him. I sent him a comment. I says, okay, it must be awful funny watching you run around trying to catch a squirrel to pee on your rusted parts. What the hell is squirrel piss? And he came back with a LOL, and he told me what it was. Basically, transmission fluid with acetone, 50-50. Are you kidding me? So ever since then, that's all I've been using. I mix up a gallon at a time, and I keep in this little squirt bottle here, and it's labeled squirrel piss. I shake it up and pour it in, and every time I use it, I just give it a little bit more shake, and that's kind of where I'm at. And it does work. I was surprised. It works quite well. I'm surprised. I've never heard of it. Now Chris across the street, all he uses, I know I'm going to replace these screws, all he uses is transmission fluid. And he says he's never had a problem. Sometimes it's got to sit overnight, but he's never had a problem. Now, this isn't going to happen right away either, and I don't have time to deal with it. So you know what? I'll probably just drill them out. That's all. I'll put them down. Yeah, I don't have time to deal with it either. I don't want to just sit here and wait overnight. I got to get shit done. There. So much for the squirrel piss. Screw the squirrels. Put that there. That should come right off. And I may have, just may have. Alright, so that's where we're at. So now let me reach down under here. And I don't think this is going to work. Because they got that cut pretty damn close. Real close. Damn. And if I come up underneath this and come down here. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing, guys. I'm sorry. You're used to that watching my videos. So here's where I'm at right here. But see, there's no room in there really. It's not really hollowed out enough. So I don't think this is going to help at all, because it's going to keep me too far out. Well, I can do one or two things. You know, that may be okay actually, because if I keep it down near the bottom, it's got a little bit of an angle to it, if you can see. In other words, the outer rim, the outer part, let me get my knee up here to hold this. This part is coming up a little bit because this wire is kicking it back a little bit. However, the wire is not leaning out. So, you know what? That's not that bad. I think it will work because the carpet's going to lay in there anyway. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, let me shut you guys off for a minute. Alright, so meanwhile we went from up there, down the back pillar there, down around, up underneath, up under here, up underneath all that, as you can't see, well you can see a little bit right there, and then down and around and underneath all of this, and we come out here. That was all the hard part. This is going to be the relatively, well, hopefully, simple part. I don't know where the switches are going to go just yet. I have to make a small switch panel. I'm thinking I'm going to use some Kydex because I do have a whole sheet in there that I'm not going to be using for too much. I just got to make 2 holsters. So I do have enough Kydex. So what I want to do is try to find, I need 1, 2, 3, 4 switches. So what I like to do, if I can find 4 panel lights, little 12 volt panel lights, so that when I flip the switch on, the voltage will go on. That'll be perfect. That's what I need. I gotta get over to the firehouse too, because at this point the chief has to sign this off. And hopefully I'll be able to get some new plates as well. I'm thinking about getting some state issued plates. I don't know yet. Anything's a possibility. Anything's a possibility. Anyway, let's go inside. I gotta come out here with the wheelbarrow. I have half the shop out here. And I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for lights and then where I'm gonna put them. So let's shut this down for now and then shut you guys down for a while.